Hello, this is I'm going to talk about human design. This is not an introduction to human design. I'm gonna see along with you what actually comes out. So we're now 16:28, so 4:28 p.m. 11th of November 2019, and there are many introductions and many information already out there about human design. This might serve some of the people whom I meet in the I Don't Know meditation shop in Arnhem, and would like to listen further to some perspective about what this tool system I don't know if presupposes or suggests or aims at. Okay. So I'm kind of assuming that you've heard about human design already to this degree or the other. Perhaps had a reading, introduction, living your design course, maybe just heard from someone about it, your type, the quality of the aura, the strategy in inner authority. Now, I've been observing my life through this filter along with experimenting with the suggestion of strategy in inner authority since 15th of July 2019, and actually treading the path of experiencing that, experimenting that, unconsciously in a way, just how things happen, and observing my life through the lens of the information human design provides. Now, just a little bit of my background, since this kind of lays out something related to language. There are a couple of aspects. One, with whatever tool, whatever tool, whatever object even, that you receive in front of you and you either try, digest it, experience, interpret it. Now, I'm not going to go to the whole detail. It's not about really the description or the laying out parts of the history of my path. It is really also for those who have been exposed to human design in that level or the other, have heard about it, experimenting with strategy in inner authority, dived into the knowledge, living your design guide, Living Your Design, Rave ABC, Rave Cartography, follow the IHDS or not, follow the discussion between this is the original human design and this is not, and like many other objects I've encountered, and what I'm actually talking and experiencing, and it can be analyzed and looked at through the filter of human design. For me, when I share it, it seems like it's been on my path of exploring the human traits. Exploring the human traits. What is it to be human? In this subjectivity of my human experience. Now, most of you that will hear this, well, you are hearing it actually now, but you might just be aware when it will reach your eardrums, but I won't get into that. So on one hand, it's as if just to try and explore what it brings, and you'll discover. Now I can listen to your stories, as I have been listening, and to address based on your search for a resolution or an issue, or maybe just some inspiration, or whatever the search may be, address and claim that human design can I don't know, help with that. As Guruji, my teacher, told me today, I'm not the owner of help, but help is granted. So whether you are motivated or moved by whatever the subject might be, health issues, relationship problems, curiosity, naivete, emotional distress, anxieties, simply wishing to explore the realms of consciousness, whatever that may be, in a way it matters not. And it does. Now, human design, since again you are able, because I'm speaking in the English language, those who are speaking this language and understand all the 26 letters and what I'm talking generally, you might not understand the stringing of the concepts. So, human design as well is a map that is synthesized on the surface or summarized into a basic experiment in order for the mind to be aware of its body's consciousness. Now, we already go to these words. That's part of our limitation with these tools, including, by the way, yoga so as I mentioned, talking a bit about my background of since 2006, I was introduced to yoga in the physical aspect, and been exploring that for, in the physical aspect more until I bumped into human design. and then it continued more on the mental aspect, philosophical aspect, and things have become more clear to me regarding the yoga from the philosophical aspect, and then even connecting them to the physical aspect. I also have been experimenting, exploring, experiencing Vipassana by Goenka since 2011. So yoga somewhat 2006, and then Vipassana 2011, and I've been practicing that along with the yoga practice for couple of years also, until I bumped into human design in July 2015. And so 10 days courses, silent courses with, it's just a big deal some people make of it, of this 10 days silent, because we're not, most of us not used to it in our daily life, and then observing sensations and observing your breath and practicing at home, and then talking about Vipassana at that time and what it did to me, and yoga, and from Bikram to Hatha and Ashtanga, and then the latest was Iyengar teacher training, where I felt like the philosophy is not being addressed interestingly enough for me, or more profound, in a profound manner. Along as the exploration of the physical body through asanas, which now actually serves me, some of the postures I take as I sit, my body, maybe it was part for me to quote unquote recover from my years in working in IT and computers, although I was also exploring the body then, but since 2002, more like in computers, IT, and till I finally quit in also when I bumped you. Well, actually before I bumped human design, but I continued a little bit after, and in my last job that was it was September 2015, so about 2 months after I met human design, and before going to India again. Just a bit of the background, but the thing is that through all these systems, including human design, it just seems that there is a path taking us. Where we may say we walk on a certain path, and there might be answers of why I treaded this path. Human design presumes to provide a filter that might give an answer to the question why. Now, since I'm continuing to explore the phenomena of being human, physical, mental, first of all, like any other communicated tool, it has to go through language. It has to go through language. That's where perhaps one of our first limitations lie. Human design is no different. It's no different. Now the challenge lies as the story goes, in our minds. That in all these systems, it was about, in a way, bringing the mind into a mode of an observer. But the mind itself, it's a funny thing, since the mind itself is, I open my eyes, I see something. It might again be caught in the loop of asking that, but what is it is observing? So these practices, Vipassana, yoga, and including human design, there is an element of practice and experimenting with strategy and inner authority, a simple aspect in life, and then feeding the mind with language, mental language, in order for it to see the phenomena that are happening. Vipassana had the same quality in a way, but it tried to, it tried to bring me to a place, bring your attention somewhere. And the attention somewhere was use the mind, try to be aware and get it to focus on some place. Yeah, a common trick with some of the Eastern philosophies. Yeah, whether it's on the breath, on the tip of the nose, whether, again, it doesn't matter if the meditation is on the eyebrows. There are many techniques like that, endless. So wherever you're aware, okay, and you saw your mind wandering, bring your attention, yeah, focus that on, continue scanning the body with this, looking at sensations, and it will change. Something was missing for me at a certain point. I was practicing yoga and same thing was there. Yoga asana was in order not to be distracted from the mind, keep on practicing the awareness of the physical body in this asana or this asana, in this duration, yeah, in this posture, and still aiming at doing something in order to give the mind something to chew on, and on the way learn something. It was still the mind that felt like trying to do and not just something that just streams. Now, I cannot attribute it to the fault of the system itself. It was just my path to experience what I experienced, and now I'm in the 4 years experiencing human design, what it means in the daily life, 24/7, maybe minus the time that I'm awake, that I'm sleeping, sleeping awake, to simply see what is happening, not how it is happening, not with this activity or the other, or in this place or the other. Yeah. Whether you practice the yoga asana or sit for a vipassana 1 hour meditation, or smearing butter, I don't know, I got it with smearing butter on the bread recently when I talk, playing guitar, washing the dishes, talking to someone, recording now something, any activity, just see the activity happening. Now it starts on the surface with actually not trying to do anything from the mind. Call this person, contact that person, say that thing. Follow the conversations within the mind. Now that was profound. He just kept reaffirming or tell, are you responding to life in these interactions where many people are anyway in action and following their minds, and moving their bodies accordingly? Into yoga practices, yoga asanas, into dances, and into relationships, and into vipassana courses? oh, I need to do a Vipassana course, oh, I should go to a yoga class. Not watching with your mind, with my mind, where my body was actually going to, where the activity mattered not eventually. So along with whatever I was doing, yeah, I went into the knowledge of human design, fed my curiosity. Along with that, I kept with other, whether writing, reading, cooking, eating, living, and seeing the stories, how the mind is distorting my life. Yeah? Distorting is, again, we are always caught in language. There's no escaping that. Once as babies we come out to the world, or we are parents, or anyway, we see the babies, yeah, regardless of our relation to the baby, but then we use our minds through language to condition these babies. We were conditioned like that. Yeah? The mind has a use. It's a tool. It's an organ in a way. Yeah, we are talking. Human design in this process was first to maybe make the final alignment at the moment, before I go on and maybe talk about I don't know meditation. However, what I'm here actually also to talk is that the problem that if there is, yeah, and because there's no problem with nothing, not human design, not the Vipassana yoga, not with anything. It's all how we take in, live the frequency we are, and interpret it and transfer it forward, meaning talking about it with one another. It starts from how we live our life. Yeah? I started to see that there is a game played called the survival of consciousness. It's not actually a serious one. Yeah? But it seems like if I map my path, this is where it leads me. But it is also clear to me that I'm caught, that I'm limited. And there's no escaping it. There's only surrender to it. Yeah? As I continue to speak in language, fulfilling part of my role. And this is a tremendous limitation, since we are conveying message to one another, but we are distinctly different. Each and every one of us, unique and different. And language, this assimilation of sounds, with gaps, stops in between, that formed into what we take for granted as words and sentences. And again, there is the spoken one, the most influential, and there is the written one. So human design addresses that layer. For me, but it has a challenge in a way. There's nothing to do with it. It's just observing. Keep observing that. And the challenge is that, like any other system, or in that case it's based on a map. Yeah? But anyway, it has a language, I don't know if to say of its own. It's based on the English language, that's based on it. It's all like a chain of events that happen to the moment until, it's still alive. Yeah, human design is not just what's now been recorded in lectures or put on books, or no. It is our consciousness that keeps evolving. Yeah. Now, the challenge for us is, and I say challenge since it seems we are caught in systems. Yeah. Each language is we are bounded by that. If we just put all of that aside, we say, okay, English language, There is something in seeing this limitation first. And if I go and I also address sometimes the teachings of the yoga philosophy and attributed to Patanjali, which is commonly more known as from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, but attributed also the treatise on Ayurveda, which I haven't read ever, and also about grammar, Sanskrit grammar, language. Now here I'm just addressing the intellectual layer, that when I enter things, I don't intellectualize them. I try them. Also, again, explained and said in human design. Oh yes, this is how the design works. Great, yeah? It's not that we can really escape who we are. Often it's just reaffirming that, whether you're experiencing that or exploring that through Vipassana or yoga or human design or any other tool I'm not aware of, haven't bumped on my path. It is only reaffirming what we have already, what is already within us. And that's where a lot of our confusion lies, within language. That it's not that the street exists when it is being charted on a map. It's just something we can do with this information in order for the navigation with it. We have to see maps in their context. Again, I'm referring to human design since it suggests a map. And now that I reconnected to the yoga philosophy, this is part of the meditation, the being, maybe let's say more the concentration, the dharana, the focus on your strategy and inner authority, to see what it brings. And that's where I stepped in. It stepped into me. Same as with Vipassana. But what does it really do? What is this? They're not sitting in 10 days, 10 hours a day, observing the breath, coming and observing the sensations from the 4th day, practicing at home, going back to another 4 years. Yoga as well. Okay, I'll try the asanas. Okay, it's still a form of doing, still more doing, rather than just being and observing. And the challenge with human design is first the intellectual game, and second, even that we are still caught with our mind in trying to resolve something. Now, there's no problem with that. I was supposedly driven and pushed, and again bumped into human design really by accident. Same as actually happened to me with yoga, as my brother dropped me off at a class, in 2006, and I just, okay, let's try it, and stuck with that and still it's on my path. So I'm trying through the language to make it to try to make it clear that the limitations that is at hand. Our mind is with us, and again, already assuming that this word mind is like ringing some bells because we have been talking about it for a while, so it's in our consciousness. Maybe it would not be as clear as when I say apple, and okay, the apple you've eaten, and yeah, different kinds, but clear. Nonetheless, we have our ability to communicate to one another language. Yes, there is body language, yeah, in different layers, levels. This is also one of them, producing sounds, being received by the other being interpreted, being ping-ponged, brought back in what's never actually been a dialogue, but always a monologue, as I mentioned sometimes. Yeah. And again interpreted by me and brought forth, and yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to touch the core essence of the thing itself, which is now referred to as our consciousness or our being, all this, which eventually human design even, okay, or Vipassana, all of that, just continue observing your breath. Just experiment with strategy and inner authority, just try it. And now, through human design, that at one point came, I don't know, meditation for me, and another thing was revealed to me more through my clear experience, how the mind is actually constructed and operating in control, in keeping us, in actually obscuring our life, doing its job, but obscuring us from, or veiling us from, there's no goal for nothing. There's nothing. There's just something happening, and if it seems that something triggers you more to what seems to be aware of your life, and you will see that this brings you to become more healthy, physical, mental, emotional, blah, 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 blah. When something still matters for your mind. The mind is a retired football player who yearns to go, okay, now he thinks he's a coach and he's trying to coach these football people. I want to be that player again. And also with human design, it's just a map. Yes, it's aligning my mind to see very clearly, this is the name of the street. Okay. Yeah. So the mind can chew on it and he says, okay, just more let go. Yeah. As was said, awakening the mind, this is an arduous task. Yeah, the body, okay. Just follow your strategy and your authority. Even if you just observe your breath and see, you just don't do anything, just see. But it's not clear because our mind's been conditioned for a long time. But it can be played, and it is through language always, always, always. These are gifts as human beings. All the teachers have went through language. Yes, it goes mostly through silence, this way or the other. Shut up. Until your mind becomes an observer, shut up. You won't shut up, but shut up. Yeah? Until your mind, instead of when now it's in the output mode, but before it goes inside talking about my life, I this, I that, I this, I that, I this, I that. Because it has this capacity. It has this innate quality. And most of us have not learned, have not been educated yet by whom, by what? By other minds. Suggested an opportunity of how the mind can be used. And it starts from letting the body do its job. And it's clear to me that there is no body, there is no mind, there is none of that. None. We are just a music box. We are producing sounds. Some may be like burping, gas, breathing. Some may be producing these sounds that we call language. It's just a sound coming out from a narrow hole which we call our mouth. But we take it for granted that we have forgotten that if I generalize, we as human species, we are the ones named that. Yeah? We have decided, intentionally, unintentionally, programmed, unprogrammed, aware, unaware, that will be called like that. This sound will convey this, and it's quite a while. It's been there before you were born in this physical body. Once you see that, you start acknowledging something about the phenomena of being human. And yes, on my path, it enabled me to talk like this through strategy neuroauthority when I just see things happening. There's nothing to worry about, anything, and we will worry. We are worrying creatures, fearful, nervous, but it can shift if you just observe in any means possible. There are many ways. Human design is just a map. It's deeply within my life because it's fantastic. I'm enjoying, opening that. And see how my mind interprets this life, reality or illusion, this life, through the filter of what human design has to say. Not just human design, it's all the language I've learned, all the languages. And human design in its core, what I take in is to awaken your consciousness. This word that has been just floating around in space, and with some I'm able to talk, and okay. C-I-B-I-N-G-O, and bingo was his name. It's just a word that conveys a message. Because we're just playing it around in our life. With talkative heads. For the sake of talkative heads. That's why you cannot take anything seriously. Even if you take it seriously, within your core you cannot. Just imagine that the patient comes to the doctor, to the hospital, emergency room. Just imagine for a moment. The patient is wounded. He's unconscious. Yeah, he's conscious. Blood or something's coming out, and just imagine that the doctor is freaking out and not calm. Just imagine that you have a deep cut in your thigh or something. You're nervous, you don't know what to do, how to, blood's coming out, and you say, oh, it's got to be stitched or whatever, You go to the emergency room and the doctor there freaks out. First thing. No, he stays calm, does his job. Stitches, relaxes you, it's okay, maybe give you anesthesia, doing its job, and sending you on your way. Our first task is to reaffirm one another everything is okay. Now let's see what are we aware of. Okay, you've got blood. Again, I'm slowing down sometimes the process. It doesn't have to be like, okay, you got blood, you got this wound, I know the procedure, okay, needle, stitch, this, da. Okay, done. Same with any aspect. You've got physical, mental, emotional wounds to that level or the other, whatever. First thing, relax. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Yeah. If you're bleeding terribly and everything, yes, you'll be in the hospital now, perhaps, under operation to really save your life, but everything's okay. That's the first thing to realize. Human design, in a way, just allowed that to surface for me. Yeah, to surf. This. But it's just a map. I still share that. I still teach that. I sense on my path to bring the mind to this mode. I don't have other techniques. I don't. I don't know meditation. So first, as I say, maybe calm the fuck down. Or maybe politely I say, can you calm down? All is okay, just watch. What? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Where to look? I don't know. First thing, I don't know meditation was the thing for me. Okay, now you come. Okay, you want human design. It's not clear for you how your body is actually operating. Okay, I'll give you this map. It's not you. It will never be you. It's just a map. Are you ready to try strategy and authority? It worked for me. It still has not failed me. It's already inhibited in my system. I don't think about it. My mind's free to observe and talk, all in due time. Body allows that. But I do remind that human design is just a freaking map. And there's so much agendas out there to help this and help that and help this and help that, Can you calm down first? Really, calm down. It's all okay. That's the message, the first message. Okay. Your mind is not an observer. It still tells you what to do. Okay. Time to get some help with it. Okay. You're still not walking alone. Your mind's still a baby. Okay. There are different tools. I've got a variety of them. I explored variety of them, and until it doesn't matter. You play the guitar. You cook food. You know what? Then you just see. It is much simpler than we even imagine. But our mind is there. As I say, we're already conditioned with language, with actions, with movements, with interpreting our movement. And we're being enforced and reaffirmed by other unaware minds that actually do not tell us. It's all okay. Calm down. It's all okay. You would want that the doctor first to come, and do something with your wound rather than be, you know, anxious and come to your level of fear or anxiety, or, you know. This is what actually happens with more, the modern teachers. Doctors is really modern spiritual teachers. That's most of the essence. And since we've got also worldwide connection, not just internet, but we're traveling along the world, we get to see that. And we get access also on the net, YouTube and so on. Yes, there is I don't know if a need for everything. We have exactly what we have. Still doctors operating, treating emergencies, which is often what perhaps might still be the role of the doctors out there, mainly for emergency. I've also used these services to operate my 2 knees in 2015. Many things happened. It was a nice year, 2015. This is some kind of a message of calm down, it's okay. You know, I got these messages in 2015. Calm down, it's okay. It's okay, calm down. It's okay, calm down. It's okay, calm down. Yes, okay, strategy and authority, calm down. Yes, you think of what's going to be in 2 years. Calm down, relax, it's okay. Until you're walking on your own. And your mind becomes an observer and your body has taken control again. It really is simple. And it's clear that it's not for me also, you know, the paradox. Easy for me to say that now. This is the mind. It's like, what happened 2015 and before? That was a piece of cake. Now, our mind is really a paradoxical phenomena. And again, doing its role. It's talking, and talking about itself, self-reflected consciousness, talking about itself. And for me, it's not whether it's, just, there is something perhaps about the environment and so on and so forth. I do address these things as well. But first is dealing with, because it's not an emergency room like the doctors, but it is. It is. It is. You're just unaware of that because you've accepted it in your life. You've got many, many wounds that don't actually exist, but you're picking and pricking into them. So the main culprit, the mind itself. All just perfect. So whatever the system may be, the tools, If people are listening to that, again, they met me in the shop, and they got, meditation, maybe starting with strategy and authority, or maybe observing in Vipassana, in whatever, or doing the Yogasana. I don't know what's correct for people. I have no idea. Just sitting now on a chair with the microphone connected to this recording machine. I'm making a recording, hearing my own music box. How ridiculous, how fantastic it is. This is part of my journey that I'm opening my mouth, talking, waiting, all in the time, stay in your cure, time will come, as Guruji said, my teacher, Kailash Nishad. Okay. So now my conscious mind is I'm hearing the recording the journals, deleting them, maybe doing something with it. I don't know. All in due time. Just calm down, relax. There is a chance to still become aware, now. Just another story. Your life, just another story.